My name is Bianca Washington-Ciungan. I am the Program Director at the Arts Council of Greater Kalamazoo, and welcome to our virtual interviews for April 2nd Art Hop. Our theme this April is sustainability, which is one of our core values at the Arts Council, and we're so excited to be able to celebrate Earth Day with everyone on April 2nd, this coming Friday. Well, actually, when you're probably watching this, it's going to already be Friday, or at least leading up to. So, hello, welcome. I want to introduce our artist for today, which is Alexa Karabin. And Alexa Karabin will be with us outdoors in person as well as virtual for our April Art Hop. So we're so excited to have her. And I hope that you're able to watch this interview before you come down to Bates Alley, which is where she will be located, because you'll be able to learn more about her and her work. So Alexa, hello. Nice to have you.
Nice to be here. Thank you, Bianca.
Yes, I just want to say, I see this tripod in the back. It looks so official in your studio. I'm just like, I need to upgrade myself. So good to have you today. And thank you so much for being with us. We're so excited to have our outdoor art hop with you as well. I just cannot wait for people to see more of your work, and also for you to talk to us about your process and how you're really connected to what you do. So can you tell us, if you could describe what kind of artist you are, what would that be?
Okay, so I consider myself a mixed media artist, but foremost a painter. So my whole process revolves around painting first. Nice. But I use non-traditional materials. So I've been collecting pigments since I was 16 years old. Wow. And I inherited a very large collection of jewelry from my grandmother after she passed away. And I sat on this jewelry for 5 years, and I kept looking at it, like thinking, I'm going to do something with it. I know I'll do something with it. And so I was using these pigments that I've collected over the years, and I was making a large collection of insect paintings. And so I was looking at this jewelry and looking at my insects and looking at that jewelry and looking at the insects. And I had an epiphany of, we crush insects, we crush nature. This is how our first response is repulsion. So I decided to use the jewelry as the pigment by crushing it.
Whoa.
So each piece I make is made out of this crushed jewelry. And I hand make watercolors out of this crushed jewelry.
Wow.
And okay, so I'm a painter foremost. I'm also a printmaker. I have a master's degree in print media. And I used to teach it, so I do that, and I hand make my paper. So sustainability is something I'm always thinking about. How do I reuse these materials that we interfere with on a day-to-day basis? So like not just buying art materials from the store, but like making things that I interact with. And so I started making paper out of these things, and my prints go on that paper. And I'm also selling my paints now, and I consider that kind of a collaboration between other artists.
Wow,
so I make these paints out of the things that I collected, and then other artists are using them to make their own artworks.
Whoa.
And
that's amazing.
Yes. There's more.
I'm not even a painter. I'm like, can I get some? Oh my God.
Some photographers have been using them. It's like a pretty interesting thing.
Fantastic. Now, I will tell you, like, hearing the background story of using this jewelry, which is so sacred to you, and being able to infuse that in your art, and then also that being a part of, I think sustainability is not only just about, how do I take this plastic and make it whatever. I think it's actually still taking the things that could just be collecting dust and just space and energy, and being able to, actually use it to recycle and bring it back out. So that is amazing. That's amazing. Can I ask really quick too, like, how do you crush the jewelry?
Oh, I wish I had it. It's upstairs, but I have a stone crusher that I made, and I never show it because it's not that pretty. I made it out of plumbing pipes.
That's awesome.
And then people kind of get a kick out of it.
Wow. Okay, so then you have like basically some kind of either metal fixture or something that you just kind of
crush.
Wow, that's amazing. So you can get it refined down to basically what you need.
Yes.
That's awesome.
I like using a variety of texture. So like I separate the finer ground things and process it. Wow. And then the chunks I also keep because I don't know. I think of like dirt and like different things in nature have different textures. So I'm a texture kind of nerd about it.
Yeah. And then obviously you have your own process of like laying that into what I'm assuming when I've seen your work is you're laying it into a canvas or whatever type of material that is. Okay.
I use wood panels and I'll carve into the wood and embed certain materials because I like having that variation of like degrading, like some of them are really crushed to a pulp and made into the watercolors, and then some of the materials are actually embedded into the panel.
Wow. Okay, Alexa, I'm gonna have to call you afterwards because I could just talk to you all day about that, but we have a set time because I'm like so fascinated. So I want to get to photosynthesis and what that word means to you artistically. And you've been involved in the photosynthesis project with Linda. I want to make sure I say her name right. Zuska. And so can you tell us more about that?
So I know you've talked to Linda and the project is just so inspiring. She's found these artists and put us together, and we've all been so inspired by this process. And for me, it was just like boom, 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 boom. Like so many ideas came out of this. So anyway, Linda, you're amazing. And basically how I feel about photosynthesis now is I was looking at nature and I was looking at how leaves fall from the trees and then like go into the ground and nurture the soil with the cycle of the leaves falling. And I guess my work has always kind of been about cycles. Like I've always looked at historical cycles and how history repeats itself. And for this, I thought, like, how does photosynthesis play into the cycle, the life cycle? And there is no life cycle without photosynthesis. It is everything. It is energy. It is life. So that's kind of my take on the project and how I'm incorporating it and trying to represent it in work.
Well, I was talking to my colleague, and he was telling me about, I believe on your website, you talk about the process of creating the deer piece and that journey. And I mean, just in short, the fact that there was this deer that was, on your property that was decomposing, and a series of kind of like things happened just with nature around it. And you were just able to capture that and use that as a base, but also actually use materials from that deer, which is amazing with the piece. So that's like mind blowing. And I think that well, first of all, are you a part of the photosynthesis project too? The second project that Linda is getting ready to continue to kind of buffer?
The show at Western. Yes.
Awesome. Yes. That's so great. And I cannot wait to see that because it's such a great space.
Yeah, I know. It's just, I'm so excited. I'm looking at this as like a thesis piece of like, it should be for the years leading up to it. And so the deer piece that you mentioned, I had that in mind when I made it. And I really didn't realize it till the end, because at the end of watching this deer return to the earth, a giant oak tree fell onto where the deer lay. And I was like, oh, it is photosynthesis. It's still photosynthesis is still part of the cycle. Yeah, that deer was made with the intention and the thought of the photosynthesis project.
Fantastic. That's awesome. That's awesome. So I just want to say too, do you have a favorite piece? And if so, why?
So the deer is probably one of my favorites. First of all, this is a very hard question to answer because I don't really think of it in favorites. It's always like, what am I immersed in right now? So, but from an outside, the deer really was a transformative piece. And then secondary, I have a daily ritual, which is I make a painting a day. And I've done a couple 100-day projects, but really it's greater than that. I really like make a little piece every single day. So for me, that's like a greater project, and it's my favorite because the act of doing it has become like meditative, and people have collected these pieces all over the world. And so it's kind of cool to look at, like, we're all connected through this project that's ongoing.
Wow. Wow. That is amazing. That's amazing. And I'm so excited that we're going to be able to see your work in our eyeballs, and then, hopefully in our cars as we buy it and take it back home. Okay. So thank you so much, Alexa, for being with us. I can't wait to continue to connect with you, and we will see you soon. So thank you.
Thank you, Bianca. Thank you to the Arts Council. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.